I do apologize if we cut in and out. No one's going to kick us out of Zoom today for sure, though. All right, it is 3:31, and I know we always, there we go. We have a few people joining in right now. Hi, Debbie. Oh, I like Carrie Ann's background. Look at that. Karen Paul in the house.
You look very sleek today.
Do I? Can I show you something? Or no, I'm not going to show you. I actually have my swim shorts on underneath. For weeks, I've been preaching to everyone, you get up, you shower, you act like you're going to the office. Today I woke up, I did shower, but like the humidity, my hair is like this, and I don't actually have like nice dress shorts. So it's like I'm wearing my swim trunk shorts. The kids are like, are we going in the pool? And I'm like, not yet. Not yet. It's amazing how my outfit triggers their activities. All right, so we're gonna get started, guys, for the sake of time. So it's 3:32, so we do have a smaller group today, which is awesome, and there's nothing wrong with a large group, but sometimes when we have a smaller crowd, it's just so intimate, and we can do one-on-ones and really get in deep on some of this stuff. So over the last few weeks, we've talked about multiple systems. And you know what, actually, let me introduce myself first. I forgot to do that. For those of you that are joining in for your first time, I'm Valerie, and I'm Director of Operations for Knighton Real Estate Advisors and co-founder of Strategic Admin. So welcome, and thanks for joining another Zoom call, guys, today. I know it's rainy, so what a great day to have a Zoom call. What else are we going to do? So like I said, we've been going over systems for the last, guys, like 11 weeks. Like we are 11 weeks in. And so, we're going to let Erin in. This is a really cheesy joke that I'm going to do to Erin when she jumps in, but I do it all the time, and I think it's funny. I'm just going to wait till her audio kicks in. Hey, Erin, thanks for joining the time management group. Just a couple minutes late into time management. And I'm kidding. She's probably heard that joke before, and she's probably like, whatever, Val. So what I've done is I've taken everything that we've done over the last 11 weeks and put everything collectively together, not the systems, all the things that we need to remember to bring with us beyond COVID. So I'm like, what do I name this week's lesson or call that doesn't sound COVID-y? And unfortunately, I couldn't think of one. It's not my, yeah, I'm very COVID-y today. So what are we gonna do beyond COVID? So I've put together a huge presentation for you guys. And we're going to, the group is getting a little bit bigger, which is still good. Still great to have individual conversations we want to and ask questions, which I really want. I hope we have time to do today. So I'm just going to jump right in, guys.
And so when you think about that of being learning based, I've been in real estate almost 40 years. I've coached more agents than anyone in the country. I've had over 90,000 one-on-one coaching calls, and I challenge anyone to beat my record. Go for it. You know, and here's what you need to hear from me. MAPS has the most robust value proposition.
Does someone have something going on in the background?
It's my privilege.
Kelly McDonald is there.
Kelly, are you listening to Monica Reynolds and me at the same time? I believe you are. That is multitasking. All right, guys, so let's get started. So we're going to talk today about beyond COVID, setting us up for the new norm. It's just a cheesy thing to say, setting us up for the new norm, but I really don't know how else to describe what life is like when we go back to the office. And as restrictions are being lifted for us, I want to make sure that we review things that we can definitely, oh, she says, no, I'm not. So that we can review and definitely bring with us when we go back to the office, work from home. There's no reason that we can't take the things that we've incorporated into our business the last 11 weeks and keep them going. Like, tell me we haven't had success moving into the digital world. And I would love to hear success stories, like people who have implemented new systems, added new apps to their systems, and just share with us if because we are a smaller group. So share with us, and welcome who just joined in. We're going to get started. You're just in time. So one of the first things, I broke it up into the categories, guys. So like I said, as restrictions are being lifted, some of us are back at the office. And I do want to talk about office safety as well. I'm going to save that for the very end of today's call. So listing systems. I went and put a few tips over the things that we've talked about the last 11 weeks together, kind of condensed everything and kind of touched base on all the things that we've implemented on our team that we're keeping and would be vital to keep for anybody else moving their business into, and I'm just going to use this phrase, guys, and I hope it doesn't offend anyone, like the new world, because let's be honest, we're not going to go back to the way things were. So a few tips to keep our client experience up. If you had a COVID checklist for listings, keep them in your presentations. When you go back to face-to-face, it'll be a nice alternative for those that are that find comfort in the safety beyond the COVID lockdown. So let's talk about that for a minute. There's going to be people when we start doing face-to-face again that are going to ask, can you be COVID friendly? Can you still list our home, and can we still kind of follow through on the COVID guidelines? There is going to be that group of people. So we need to remember that we need to still have those systems in place to help them and build the client experience for that. So we have COVID checklists already in place for the safety. One of the things that we have, and we'll get to that too for the buyer side, I might kind of jump back and forth a few times here, is before anyone books a showing with our team, they fill out our COVID questionnaire. It's that standard COVID questionnaire you even get when you go to the doctors. You know, slight fever, been out of the country, which we all know we can't do that. Have you been around a frontline worker, all that kind of stuff. The minute someone fills out that form, and thank you for joining us, whoever just jumped in, whoever fills it, or once they fill out that form, then the showing gets confirmed for them. It does not get confirmed until they've sent that showing or that checklist right to our listing agent. It doesn't go to the listing manager, and here's why, guys. And if there's any agents on the call today, this is kind of like where I protect our admins on our team. If, let's just say, our admin didn't read the email with the checklist and went ahead and confirmed the showing, or our office confirmed the showing, that puts a little bit of pressure on our admin. So if a client comes back and was like, you know, I overheard whatever the conversation, overheard the realtor that was here on a showing that their client didn't feel very well, whatever. That comes back to, oh, well, Chris's admin approved that showing. I sent my checklist to her, or my checklist to her. So it has to go to the listing agent for them to confirm that they've received the checklist. So keeping your checklist for your showings in play, or sorry, for your listing appointment, whatever you put in your listing presentation now in regards to COVID, keep it in there. It's a great resource. For families that can't.
Sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead, Carrie.
Our front desk would then send the COVID checklist to the agent that wants to do a showing, and then the agent would send it back, and then it would be confirmed. Is that how?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the buyer, or the showing agent, the person who wants to show the property, sends it to our listing agent.
Oh, okay.
And then they're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a big one for us. So we don't go on listing appointments if everybody who's on title cannot be at the appointment. So before COVID, if say if there was 3 people on title and only 1 person could be there, 99% of the time, we didn't go on that appointment. You need all 3 people there to complete the paperwork. And then it was one-off conversations over here, or we're docu-signing it over to this person. Now, since we've had this gift of learning new things, imagine the outcome now. People can Zoom in if they can't be physical. Now, here's the catch, guys, and you can do it however you feel comfortable. We only give that value to the client if they say, well, we can't all be together, this person can't do it. Then we say, great, here's what we can do. We can set you up for a Zoom call. We'll send the link out to this person so they can log in. We'll be at your house, or if we do it virtually, whatever that is. And then we can still docu-sign the paperwork and do all the signing in the presence, whether it's virtual or in person, still have all the paperwork signed and completed. So this is huge for our team, because this was something we were very stickler on, is every single person had to be present in that appointment. It creates the overall client experience, and then there's no going back and forth with paperwork after the fact, which delays your timeline for listing. So definitely one of my favorite tips today. Safety baskets for every listing. A lot of us are probably going to forget this tip, guys, because I did. So our team just is implementing it now because we've never had a reason to do it yet. Safety baskets for every listing. Get a basket, get it branded. Gloves, hand sanitizer, and a checklist for showings. A checklist for when an agent comes in, common courtesy, don't touch the cabinets, don't turn the lights on. We'll have the agent or the sellers turn the lights on. I say we still implement that checklist moving forward. And definitely during peak flu season, if whatever happens, if we still continue to go back into the new world and follow these systems, let's all just continue to be mindful and protect the safety of every single person, not just our sellers. So here's an opportunity for marketing. You could brand it. You can get branded masks, which I actually didn't put on there, which is really sad. So gloves, hand sanitizer, and masks. You can get masks branded. I just ordered a huge order for our entire team of Branded Knight and Real Estate Advisor masks.
And then you get that.
What's that, Tammy?
I said, where did you get those from that they were branded?
Yeah, it's called bagsoflove.ca.
Bags of Love.
Yeah, .ca. They're Canadian, and it will take probably 6 weeks. So if you want to get generic ones just for the time being, by all means, you can. And I think now you can order. Actually, guys, Old Navy has cloth masks if anyone's looking for them. Touchless open houses. We can offer touchless open houses. You can send a checklist out. Oh, we got a comment, and I have time. Let's do it. Entropy also does branded masks. Oh, that's good to know. I'm going to write that down, sorry guys, because I know I'm not going to have that after this is done. And I'll write in mine what, if nobody heard my spelling, bags, oh geez, gosh, look at me here. bagsoflove.ca. Touchless open houses, that's the other thing too. We can actually create a system to hold touchless open houses. Especially in the spring and summer, we can have the door open if there's a screen door, gloves to open the door when they come in, a checklist on the safety. Again, just like a showing, don't touch the cabinets. We'll turn all the lights on, all that kind of stuff. Maybe we have a lineup and we only allow certain people in at a time, because for us, we can have an open house and have anywhere from 14 to 30 couples come through our door. And we're in a small neighborhood. Sorry, I shouldn't say small. The majority of our listings are done in a neighborhood that has very close proximity to one another. So here's the thing for that. Let's expand our minds a little bit on that one. Your neighbors are watching your actions. So we had one of our buyer agents go on a showing once, and I'm jumping to the buyer system right now, go on a showing once. This is probably 3 weeks ago. She was video recorded by a neighbor across the street, or photo. We're not sure if it's photos or videos. She felt terrible because the first thing she thought is, oh my God, they think that I'm not being COVID safe and I don't care about my clients. They don't have any idea that we went through the safety systems and whatever. So always be mindful when we do pursue all the new options we have. People were still going to be judging, and it's not to say that we shouldn't care about what others think, but when it comes to our team's business, just making sure we're being respectful and mindful that people are watching. So being as safe as we possibly can at all times. Continue to add virtual open houses to listing options. So in our listing presentation, our listing package, we will still continue to say we have an alternative and we have an added value where our virtual open houses have a reach of anywhere from 7 people, which is sad. Maybe we might want to elaborate a little bit on that. 7 people to 700. We can get anywhere from 30 views to 600 views. So outside of actually going back and doing virtual or open houses, when that becomes a thing, we're also going to offer again and still virtual open houses, which is even better for your marketing plan, guys, where so Thursdays and Fridays, we advertise our open houses, and we do open houses Saturday and Sunday. Imagine if you can do a pre-teaser open house before the open house. The way that you can create new marketing opportunity through that once we go back into like whatever that is amazing. So that's definitely something I wanted to make sure we talked about today, is the marketing opportunities within these systems as well moving forward. COVID checklists, we talked about that, sent to the agents before showings. That's going to stay. That will be a thing. We might have to change at getting approval for it when things kind of slow down a little bit, but we're not going to take that system away. Offer presentations can be done virtually as well moving forward. So think about that. We've had a great opportunity where we can have, again, multiple people, if we can't all be together, on Zoom calls or whatever platform you use, doing your offer presentation and sitting down and reviewing, and then still getting that face-to-face time and actually feeling or seeing the energy of the people in the room. So definitely something you can consider. So a lot of people, especially in the summertime, are going to try to go to their cottages, and an offer comes in, and before it was like, oh, we'd have to wait or do offer presentation on this day because they're out of town. That might not be an option anymore. If we could do FaceTime and go over an offer presentation. So that's definitely big things for us in terms of new systems and new marketing. So going into the buyer systems for us, again, I mentioned to you guys how our one of our buyer agents was doing a showing, and she thought she was being videotaped and/or someone took a photo of her, and then obviously probably in her mind went to social media and a mom's group and started blasting how she was whatever. That's where our head went. So we're like, all right, let's not get that far. However, let's retract that and let's think about what we can do to be a little bit safer when those times happen. So again, just being mindful and using and just being safe for every single person, part of the showing and the listing side are the sellers as well. I'm mumbling there a bit. Setting appointments with BombBomb. This is a new thing our teams actually started for their buyer systems. So when a lead comes in or someone's inquiring about a property, our agent immediately sends them a video. We've integrated BombBomb with everything we possibly can. We have the BombBomb app on our phones. Sends them a video instantly. Hey guys, saw that you were interested in this property. What are the chances of us getting together, or whatever his script is? Our conversion rates are higher because we're in the moment. Virtual BRAs makes it easier for the client and secure more appointment and relationships with them. We found success being able to jump online immediately. We all know when a lead comes in, the faster you get to it, the faster the chances are that you're going to connect with that person. We can cut out all the middle stuff right now, calling them saying, hey, what day, when are you available? Are you available today? Are you available? No, guys, I'm going to FaceTime you. Maybe you don't even make that initial call. You just immediately FaceTime them. Sounds intrusive and aggressive, but with the right personality can really work wonders. And imagine getting that person who just sent a lead in on the phone within 7 seconds, 7 minutes, whatever that looks like. The conversion rate to converting appointments now could go sky high. If you can take advantage of the tech world and all the opportunities we have right now, the sky's the limit. Striking while the iron is hot is what I said. I haven't used that phrase in a really long time. Showing checklists. So again, making sure whenever you have your buyers, make sure you have your checklist to give to your buyers as well as how you're going to keep them safe during showings. Showing supplies. Preparing our clients, not letting them come with masks and gloves. And this could be a cost, guys, it could be. And I'm sure when things kind of settle down a little bit, ordering bulk gloves and masks and let's hope, hand sanitizer won't be breaking the bank. But again, branding. Do you know that you can get hand sanitizer? I don't know why I rub my hands every time I say it, but you can get hand sanitizer with your marketing of your team logo on it. So keep that in mind as a great marketing opportunity as well. Virtual paperwork sent and buyer packages at the beginning. So our buyers actually have a presentation that they do for whenever they sit down with a new client. You can now do it virtually, and you can continue to do so and maybe possibly have a higher conversion rate at getting that appointment booked. You're breaking that barrier of like, well, we can't do it till this. I work till this day, so it's probably not best till this. And then it's just taking away from that, having that immediate reaction. Just gonna put mute. Closing gifts. Here's the thing. So we can do virtual gift cards. So if we've struggled like us with closing gifts, there's alternatives now to take away that struggle of having to get face-to-face with a client. There's nothing, honestly, I preach face-to-face. I feel like but honestly, that's not where we are right now. So virtual gift card options. Gift cards delivered to their doors or delivered to their emails. There is a website, and FlipGive. You could pick a charity of your choice. I always do it for my son's hockey team. Log in, create an account. Every gift card that you buy, you can either get a donation to your charity of choice, or it can actually come back to you. And you can use that towards a fundraiser. We use it towards a fundraiser. So it's called flipgive.ca. It's an app on your phone. My son's hockey team, there's 17 families all season long, and I only used it a small percentage. Actually, I used it when we bought closing gifts for our clients. Our son's team raised $5,000 in 7 months. So and you can use it anywhere. You can go to a restaurant, and instead of buying a gift card, it can just be virtually within the app. So it's really cool, guys. Might be a nice little treat for your clients. We're not going to be doing restaurants and all that kind of stuff, so it's finding the alternative, and we all know everyone loves Amazon. Amazon, Audible, books, things like that. And if anyone has any other ideas, suggestions on closing gifts and how to handle it through the virtual world, I'd love it. I would love some ideas. And yeah, so yeah, Tammy, what are you doing?
We fill the fridge.
Tell me about that.
So we get gift cards for like Zehrs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do cleaning buckets. So we just put the cleaning buckets on the doorstep
mm-hmm.
and ring the bell and walk away. But then there's a gift card of like $150 or so, with a gift card in there for a grocery store of their choice so that they can fill the fridge.
Oh, I like that idea. I think I've heard of that before. Yeah. So that's a great gift too. Does anyone have any questions so far on the listing and the buyer side, or have any suggestions or tips of things that they've tried themselves during this time? You can take yourself off mute if you want, guys, or put it in the chat box. I'm open to either or. Cut me off if you need to. But I love interaction, just to let you know. Love it. Don't get it a lot these days. So interact with new people. Events. How do we enjoy our favorite things? I don't know about you, but our team thrives on our events, whether it be team events, client events, community events. Every year for the last 3 years, our team has put on the Canada Day event in Stoney Creek. We started our first year with 1,500 people. And I mean, depending on who you asked, we have anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 people there. Our team leader will say 5,000. It does look like a lot of people, but not that much. Unfortunately, we're not doing that this year. We would have bands, we would have bouncy castles, we would have vendors. It's incredible. And it was the event that we poured all of our heart and soul in all year round to make it incredible. The parks are not going to be open on Canada Day, so obviously we wouldn't be doing it anyways. We kind of thought we'll do a Labor Day event. We're not even doing a Labor Day event. So we're being respectful of everybody else and just want to keep everyone safe. So how do we take something that's so important to us, and that's actually, so we would spend a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie, we had a huge fireworks display over the lake. It was incredible. So how do we still give back to the community or hold events during this time? And how are we going to be innovative, creative in a brand new world? So these are all things that are really gonna hit our team. Our team also does, every October, we do a pumpkin drive where we take 1,500 pumpkins, that same community, and we deliver them door to door. During that pumpkin drive, we're getting feedback from our Canada Day event. 99% of the time during our pumpkin drive, which I believe we're on our 4th year as well, we get back to the office and we have 1 or 2 leads already in our email waiting for us. Not about the leads, but it is a marketing tool that works so well for us. So again, how do we enjoy these favorite things? So can we do a virtual event? Has anyone had success running a virtual event right now? Because our team hasn't done a virtual event for clients. I'm just going to be completely transparent. I'm nervous about it. I don't really know if I can implement it at a high level, which would be my expectations. So I would love it if anyone has any tips or suggestions to drop them in the chat box or chime in and interrupt me. But here's some things that we have done or implemented, or I would love to see our team do. I'm gonna let Amber in. Hey Amber, thanks for joining us. So virtual career night, how incredible is this? We're gonna talk about all events, not just client events. A virtual career night, Zoom, whiteboard in the back, going through what it is. Imagine the people who couldn't make it before because their schedule was conflicting, they were stuck in traffic. Those are our 2 main excuses for people not coming to it. Imagine being able to hold a virtual career night. The barriers are down. Zoom has a mystery game. Oh, I didn't know that. That's incredible. Okay. Zoom, Carrie Ann just shared, Zoom now has a mystery game. So I'm definitely going to check that out because I do have another thing here too for that stuff. So yeah, so a virtual career night. It takes away the pressure of having to come into a room, be uncomfortable, and there's a lot of people who are in the industry who want to go to a career night for another brokerage, but are embarrassed or shy to do so. Get on a Zoom call. It breaks the barriers of that being uncomfortable situation. No matter how much we force people to be uncomfortable or comfortable being uncomfortable, At some point, we've actually just created a new system where you're still going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be great to see you. Virtual first-time home buyer seminars. We have a girl on our team who did one. Didn't go well the first night, and it wasn't for a lack of marketing or effort. She had, I think she had 2 people on. She had a mortgage broker there to share the information with her as well. Now what she needs to do is be consistent. So she's going to hold them weekly. So every week she picks one day. It's 1 hour, if at the most, and it's a Zoom call. You have to register for this. So she might have had 2 people attend, but she had 13 new contacts from people who registered for this event. So don't underestimate the power of this virtual first-time homebuyer seminar. And again, you get to be so creative. Virtual seminars. I know we're probably all Zoomed out, and when we go into the new world, I'm pretty sure we're probably all going to take our first thing to do is take a break from Zoom, which is completely understandable. Try not to eliminate it completely. It's just not going to happen, but try not to shy away from being online still. So we do have Kelson, I hope I said it right, buyers and listing presentation. We started using Calendly. We've created Facebook ads. Anyone clicking on the ads are taken to the link on our website, so it's branded, and they can book a time to meet with a member of our team for appraisals or buy consults. I am going to write that down as well, because I'm going to look into that. And if our marketing director's on, I don't think she is, but you're on, I hope you're taking notes too, because that's good. Or Montana, you can write that down too. This is great, guys, sharing, I love it. Virtual seminars. How amazing is it that you can have a higher reach to people? It takes on to all the top 2, the career night and the first-time homebuyer seminar. The reach isn't just local anymore, guys. If you don't have to think small, we can think big. If we can hit buyers and sellers in markets outside, that we can send them off to the referral to the agent. Doesn't mean we have to do the listing and the showings. We can send it off and create a referral database. Like, the possibilities are endless for us. Do more virtual interviews and networking events. Networking is really going to go into a virtual world, guys. Concerts are probably not going to exist. I've had 3 of my favorite concert people cancel, and that's just the way of the world right now. Nothing's being rescheduled to 2021. So getting into networking events. I was just saying before, I think to Tammy before everyone joined in, I'm part of this group of women, and it is called the Mompreneurs, and it's out of Toronto. It's not an event that's for just moms who are entrepreneurs. It's actually a huge networking event. We have people like Amber Mack, Arlene Dickinson, Smash Teas this year. I think the Birds Papaya was with us. A great event. We're running a 5-day virtual tour, or virtual networking event. So it's 2 hours a day, which, I'll be honest, I have 1 more day left in me, and the amount of information I'm consuming in those 2 hours is incredible. Here's the thing, and I'm going to mention this again, but I'm not going to hold it back any longer. If there's something that you want to do and you can't find it anywhere, if there's a networking event that you want for your community, or a networking event you want for you, and you can't find it, no one's got it going on, create it. Create it for your team. Create it for yourself as an individual. The possibilities are endless, guys. I can't say it enough. Like, get out there and start creating your own stuff. Virtual client events. So like I said, we haven't dabbled in this. Now, we did talk when we were canceling Canada Day with one of our sponsors about how we could create a virtual environment. I think we see a lot of people doing free concerts on Facebook or free concerts on YouTube or Instagram, which is actually, to me, is pretty incredible that I get to see all these people in concert in my own home and for free. So having those client events, we thought about doing something such as having still musicians, different people talk, and still creating that Canada Day vibe. We're a bit nervous about it, to be quite honest, because we don't know how successful it will be, and we're trying to be still mindful of everyone in our community as well. So I would love to hear some feedback on client events people are doing. Music night. We have 3 guys on our team who are from a band. They've all formed their own bands. One guy's toured all across the world, has a beer can named after him, or a beer named after him. And we're like trying to get them to, first of all, create an album for our team and perform it. And then gather people around just to enjoy and de-stress. Virtual networking events with clients. So that's another thing we're doing too, is we're trying to create a place where we can all come together, and it doesn't need to be about real estate. The more events we can do and the more relationships we can build, eventually that real estate transaction will come, or that real estate connection will come. But giving your clients an outlet, asking them, what would you like to see? Because we can put a mortgage broker in front of them. We could put an appraisal company in front of them. We can do the lawyer thing. We've done that, guys. Now we need to be thinking 10 steps ahead of that. So whatever you're doing right now in terms of virtual events, marketing, anything, I'm challenging you all to think outside now. That's done. When you're in that moment and you're going through all of this stuff, you should now be planning for the next thing. So when we started doing virtual open houses a couple weeks ago, or probably 4 weeks ago now, they started doing them. I'm already now 4 weeks ahead. So you're done that now, guys. What's our next move? And they were just like, we just did our first virtual open house, Val. Can I have a breather? Like, yeah, for sure. Take a breath. Let's talk tomorrow, because now we need to think, what's the next thing we do? And it's not to be the first person to do it. It's like, okay, we've done that. We've cracked this code. Let's keep going, guys. We got to keep pushing this. We have an opportunity to be virtual and be digital and be in social media and in everyone's face. Let's keep going. Asking the clients what they want. There is nothing wrong with saying, hey, if we were to do a webinar, what are the top 3 things? Guys, do a poll on Facebook. What do you want to see from the Campbell team? What do you want Karen Paul to do today? Do you want her to wear a funny outfit? Create opportunity, guys. And again, it's the easiest thing to do. It takes 2 seconds to put that poll out there and get client engagement, okay? Utilize your vendors. Do virtual workshops. I saw a post, someone's like, oh God, if I see another person trying to cook a cake and show me the recipe, or another person with her watermelon recipe or whatever it is, you know what? That's dying down. Pick it back up. Guys, I'm going to give you a little tidbit here. I'm going into marketing right now, and I'm trying to get my team to do it. And if anyone on my team is here right now, they know that I'm kind of obsessed with TikTok. Not necessarily me doing the videos, me watching it. And I flood their inbox, I flood their WhatsApp group, I flood their Facebook Messenger with TikTok stories, or whatever you call them, videos. Get on TikTok. Do your listing presentation, do your listings, do your showings, do your virtual open houses, whatever. If you go on my TikTok account, my most watched video is the Keller Williams, all the people walking up during a family reunion that we do once a year. We have this event in Texas. I think I have 1.5 million views. I could be dramatic here, but it was a lot. Can't believe it. And my most engaged thing, and it's a real estate convention. So just keep that in mind. I'm a little bit offended. No one really likes my family, but that's okay. I'll get over it. Carrie Ann says, we're doing panels every week on Thursdays and do videos every day leading up to them. That's incredible, Carrie. And I did actually see one of Karen's videos or one of her panels. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more too, on how we can start using networking, building a library too. So I don't want to spend too much time talking to the virtual events, because I can kind of go off on this, because it's something I really, really want people to do more of. But utilizing your vendors. Maybe get your photographer on there. Because let's be honest, those photographers, they don't like to be in front of the camera. Force them outside their comfort zone, have fun, build that relationship. Mastermind with your vendors. What can we do? What can we give the community right now that we don't already have? And let's get it done. Educate your community and build your social media presence. Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, a gentleman on our team and our team leader do what's good. It started out what's good about COVID. Now they go into what's good. And then they pick every week, it's a different topic. It could be real estate. It could be COVID related. It's just, to be honest, it's just 2 guys, buddies, chit-chatting online. And the amount of views that they get is incredible. This will be their 4th week doing it. And every week we're doubling our viewers. The views afterwards, they're up to 600 to 700 viewers now. So educating your community and building your social media presence. We should have been doing that technically since week 2, to be honest. But just get going. If you haven't started, just do it. And if anyone has any questions on these particular things, the virtual client events, I'd love to be able to give you more information, but anything else I can totally help you guys with. Live events and games. So there is a couple websites that you can go to. They will set the game up for you. and then you just have to simply input it into Zoom or Google Hangouts. It does go with both, but maybe that's what Carrie Ann was talking about. So check that out, guys. Live events. Okay, this is the other thing too. This is what I want to do with our team, and it's going to be fun. Vendors versus agents, or blank versus agents. Invite people to attend that show, and it could be something as simple as like Family Feud. We talked about Family Feud today on our team call, or our team coaching call, or just a really fun game. Invite people to watch you guys do it. Pick a side. Are you Team Knighton or are you Team whatever? You're growing your contacts. You can have people register for the event or register if they want to win a prize, and just entertain and have fun. Find ways to have fun with everybody from a virtual standpoint. So I want our agents to get together with our vendors and do vendors versus agent, and have it like, maybe not so much a Family Feud, but like a bingo or something that's just going to be really silly back and forth. So I do challenge everyone to take that idea and go with it. Ask clients what they want to see. We talked about that. Asking clients what they want to see. Virtual concerts, we touched base on that a little bit. Health and wellness activities. I have a friend who, she has a yoga studio. There's obviously it closed down. So she offers free yoga in the morning, and you go on for 15 minutes. I'm gonna completely honest, I don't need to share this, but I also don't join her in the mornings either. I text her afterwards and say, totally wanted to. I did yoga by myself. That may not be true. But health and wellness activities, sharing that stuff with others. If you have a tip, guys, like I love essential oils, and I drive my friends nuts because I'm like, guys, mix these 3 flavors together and put them in your diffuser. Sharing little tips like that, it just keeps you top of mind. Giveaways. So I'm going to go into something I'm going to share with you guys. One of our members of our team created this. It might already be done and out there, and people might have already seen it. But driving people to your virtual open houses, regardless of what happens when we can go back to doing actual open houses, have fun with the virtual ones. So one of our agents came up with the idea of hiding an image in a virtual tour in several different spots, having people know about it beforehand by advertising it, sending the email blast out, and the first person to respond with where they found the person, though there is rules that will be in place, wins a prize. It encourages people, or, okay, let's be honest, it gets people to stay till the end. That's really what it is. If anyone really wants to win a prize, then they have to watch the entire virtual open house. Does anyone have any questions before we go into the training side of things of virtual events, or any tips or suggestions? Go ahead and write them in the comment, or share if you have done anything or know of places that are offering something for everybody. So we're going to jump into training, and I don't want to take up we do have 20 minutes left, guys, and I didn't think it was actually going to take that long to get through all this. Training's another really big thing for me. So you can think big. Like I said before, like let's not think small anymore. We can think worldwide, guys, worldwide. Imagine your video resource library, onboarding videos, brokerage videos, I spelled brokerage wrong, help and how-tos from your accounts and the people that you work with. I don't know about you. I do know on our team, it's a lot of, oh, Val, how do I get here? Or how do I add this? I've now started doing videos, and the videos through Zoom, simply recording myself doing that task and uploading it to Google. Google's a wonderful thing. And I honestly, we should all have invest in Google somehow. My screen, no, it didn't freeze. And speaking of Google, if you don't have a Google Drive, I suggest looking into the cost of a Google Drive for your team. Our team has one, and for the amount of accounts that we have, it's about $121 a month. So save the videos from all the masterminds you've gone on, Carrie, all of Karen Paul's stuff that she's doing, record them, put them in the Drive online resource manual. Always refer when you're talking about your team. You can go, you want to check out some things our teams have done? Here's our resource manual. And it simply is a shared drive. You can share it with them on Google. The benefits, it also eliminates the amount of time on training. You're building an incredible, valuable resource library. So anyone who's a single agent right now thinking of growing a team, or just hiring an admin, it's a great start. Absolute great start for tools. Videos on your most asked questions. We just talked about that briefly. Record a video on your most asked questions from your team, from clients. Say you have clients who are like, for instance, when I was doing mortgages with the bank, one of the most questions I got asked the most was, oh, so it looks like my property tax wasn't paid, and it was supposed to be paid with the mortgage. So I recorded a video. It was so silly back at the time, and now when I look back at that video, I looked really good because I was really young, and I only had one kid at the time, so I looked not tired. But in the video, I would simply say, here's my most asked question. And I simply just said, flip over your property tax bill, and it will say, do not pay this bill. That means it's actually, you're still gonna get the receipt, and we're still gonna process the payment through on our end. Didn't say it quite like that, but you get the point. Being able to give your clients those videos, and it's not to be rude to say that I don't have time to answer your questions. You can use BombBomb, and in your presence, you smile when you're recording the video and sending to them. Just got a little last minute coming in here. Hey, Shannon. And again, save them to the drive. Refer to them when questions are being asked. As you're building a team, for anyone here who's building a team, I wish we would have done this when we first started. This would have saved a lot of questions, a lot of going back and asking the same questions. A lot of people, when you're training, we have to remember they learn visually. Watching a video probably is a lot faster than me sitting there going through the systems for them. And then just being mindful to the people who still do want the face-to-face time in the checklist. So the how-to videos, how to do a virtual open house, did a video on that. How to set up an open house non-virtual, that's simple. How to put together an open house box and what to bring to an open house. I'm just throwing these out here as suggestions, guys. These are a lot of things in our team that do come up. How to log into Zoom. Actually had to do a video on that and send that out. It cut down the amount of questions for that. And the other thing was we found out halfway through our 2 weeks into our virtual open houses, we had agents who didn't know how to log in and do a live Facebook. Shame on us for not asking and not having that training in place for them. But we didn't say anything, they didn't say anything. We discovered they didn't actually know how to log in. So our team leader did a video with them, got them all set up, and now they're ready to go. So just a great opportunity, guys, to really build a resource library. Level up your inner circle. This one completely excites me. Anybody who knows me and our team knows that we're trying to be around people who are smarter than us and doing that much more business. It's take your 5 people you want to spend your most time with in terms of business, personal, whatever that looks like. If it's a trainer, whatever that looks like. Build your own networking group. Build out your own people. So build out 5, it could be a doctor, it could be a yoga instructor, it could be whatever. You have an opportunity to build out your own personal mastermind of brain power and sometimes not focusing on people who are in real estate, sharing their sales tips and how car salespeople, guys. Like there's so many people we could reach now, and it doesn't have to be our inner circle. Can you meet me at this time? No more. You can do monthly Zoom calls with people you've been trying to be in. I reached out to this, she's a director of operations for another market center in another country. And I've been wanting FaceTime with her for months, and it just never really worked. I wanted to meet with her, and I was going to be in town when I was in Texas. She couldn't do it. We actually had our first Zoom call last night, and I was like starstruck a little bit because I wanted so badly to meet with her. So think about that, guys. If there's somebody you really wanted to have the opportunity to meet with, reach out to them, send them a Zoom link. Don't give them any more options. This is the date and time. It's it. We're done. We're in, and you're meeting with me, hands down. Hold your own masterminds. Like I said earlier, we now have a time to build up things that we wanted to do or we've been looking for but aren't out there. Build up your own mastermind. If it's something that wasn't out there before, create it, brand it, market it, build it for yourself, build it for your team, whatever that looks like. Just level up your inner circle and your brain power, guys. Train virtually. Create an onboarding event via online videos. Imagine if you could create content or a webinar on your top 3 systems for your team. Tammy, let me take you for a minute, right? Because you're doing a lot of agent onboarding where you are, and you're going to have that conversation over and over again. Imagine if you were able to create just a video and say, here's just onboarding. And it's not to take away from the face-to-face time. That's not what I really don't want to do that. I'm not encouraging that. I'm just suggesting how many more people you can reach and how many more people you could help if you were able to have that system in place, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, you leverage your time. You can train multiple people from anywhere with this type of system, guys. So just really thinking big. Does anyone have any questions? Nope. Okay. I'm going to keep going, guys. We got 15 minutes left. Some programs for us to use. So what I thought I would do is collect a few programs for us that we've kind of used on our team. We've implemented, going to keep using YouTube, So I wanted to share a little bit with you. I'm going to show you our YouTube page. It's very minimal right now because we actually just started building it up. Open a YouTube video, create a channel. I think it's called a channel or pages list, and think about an ops manual or like your real estate playbook. Create different categories in your list in YouTube. One on culture, one on your team, how-to videos. Take everything, like all the panels that Karen Paul's done, any panels you've been on and seen, push them into YouTube. So when you have your onboarding person or you're bringing a new agent on or someone wants to know a little bit more about your team, we send them these links. I'm going to show you just our brief YouTube page here. Take your how-to list and take your how-to videos from your CRM. Here's the other thing, guys. So our CRM that we use is called Commissions Inc. If I go to Commissions Inc. right now and go to the help menu, there is a library of videos. I don't need a new agent or a new admin going through all of that. I pick apart what solely works for us, how to add a new contact, how to call a lead in the database, how to add notes to a thing. I take all the very, very basic videos and I import them into Google Drive. I'm now going to import them into YouTube, and I'm going to have a spot called Commissions Inc. training. And they're only going to go there to see that training. So whatever, if you're using Follow Up Boss, Top Producer, whatever that is, go to the help menu, look at the tutorial videos, take out what you need, and move them into the new library. You just created a chapter of your manual. And everyone wants to talk about that operations manual. No need to reinvent the wheel. Easiest thing for you to do. So I'm just going to quickly jump here to our team, whatever you call it, YouTube page. So we have our video testimonials from our clients. So what our boss does, our team leader, if someone ever questions him on like, what do your clients say about you? He'll pull this up in a listing appointment and be able to show the testimonials from people who have done listings with us. Inside sales agent training is a work in progress for us. But like I said, all of Facebook and Sync, how to connect the two together, how to integrate BombBomb, setting up profiles, all that kind of stuff. We're putting it all into YouTube. So when we hire an ISA, this training thing, they're going to come in and each day they're going to have a set amount of videos to watch. It's not going to be an overload, but it's definitely going to give them the opportunity. Get out of here so I can get to that next slide. All right. So yeah, so that's honestly, no need to reinvent the wheel. So some other apps I put together for you guys too, obviously Zoom, GoToWebinar, freeconferencing.com. These are all things to keep guys as we move forward. A lot of it is free services. A lot of it can be anywhere from $14 to, depending on the size of your team, a little bit more. We got a question. Do you professionally record your testimonials and how do you decide to ask? That's a really good question. We do. So we had a professional photographer or a videographer come in, and each year we're going to do this. So for last year, we actually told every single buyer agent and listing agent on our team to bring us a list of their top 10 people. The guy was going to be at our house anyways. The video literally takes 3 minutes to do. We kept them short so we can put them on social media. He came, so our agents brought us 10 of their top clients, and it was strictly the ones that we knew that very family oriented, because we really wanted to make sure we were hitting up our families. And when I say hitting up, you know what I mean, getting to those people, or getting to our families. And then what we did is we made it into an event. So we treated them like royalty. We had it catered. We had wine, cheese trays, and the whole bit. And then we made it like a special client appreciation day. So they came, they did a video, had a glass of wine, and then they went home. And we'll do it again the following year. So it'll probably look a little bit different now. Picking our top 10 list as well. And here's the thing, if anyone's like, oh God, that's like, could be 100 people. Because I was scared. I was like, oh my God, if we let every single agent bring 10 people, out of the 10 people, 3 to 4 people technically show up. So we probably had 20 people RSVP, like 20 families, and then probably had 7 to 8 actually come the day of. So we had more food than we did anything else, which was fine. One person to us means the world too, so it doesn't matter. But yes, it was definitely a tool we used. It looks so good, and we were putting it all over social media. Every single day we would launch a new video, and now it gives us marketing material for always now. We can go back and now we can go put those testimonials out again as a reminder. So freeconferencing.com, guys, if anyone's looking for a new conferencing system, this one is free. The only time there's a cost is if you are going to use it for things like Zoom. When you have multiple people jump on, they do start charging a fee. I don't know how safe it is in terms of like privacy and policies. I'm not quite sure if it's safe. WhatsApp, our team uses WhatsApp for all of our communication. We have multiple groups dividing up our buy team, our listing team, our admins. Asana, our team is heavy into Asana. And definitely using it now that we're all separated, making sure that everyone's using it for whatever task that is. A lot of teams have used Trello and Slack. Facebook, Ads Manager. I had a learning curve last week. We had a meeting with the social media team, and she was like, do you guys look at your ad manager to kind of determine your analysis on how many people liked which post, what was your most popular video you did? And we thought we were doing a really good job. But then I was like, oh my God, I haven't looked at Ads Manager in so long. Had I looked at that, it would actually give me concrete results over our open house, our virtual open house videos, or over our COVID videos we did, or any information video we did. How many people like it? Was it shared? Who was your majority of your, was it a man, a woman, an age? Like, it's just crazy. So guys, Facebook Ad Manager, if you're using that at a small scale, that's cool, me too. Let's challenge each other to actually take it to the next level and review that data. Review it weekly, know what videos people are really interested in watching for your team, or what videos or what posts are getting the most likes and attention and comments. And then that gives you, that can kind of give you a guideline on how to tailor yourself for the following week. Stay consistent no matter what you do. But it was definitely, it was my learning from last week. Insta, we all are on there. Another tip that we got from a marketing company, the social media company, is keep going with your stories. People are looking at stories. So if you're trying to build your following on Insta, go with stories, and then creating posting contents. You don't need to do it daily. LinkedIn, bulk this account up. Get in LinkedIn. You can have a team account. If you have a team, you can have a team account. Knight and Real Estate Advisors has their own. I can go in and comment. It's kind of like Facebook setup. I can shadow the team and then shadow my own account. This could be a lead generation tool. A lot of professionals on LinkedIn, at least it used to be a lot of professionals. I don't know if we're overcrowded with stuff. I don't know. I'm not huge on LinkedIn, but I really want to get back into using it. You can do live videos on LinkedIn. So if you have a small following on LinkedIn, I think it's small connections or contacts or whatever, and you want to bulk it up, it doesn't matter what the size is. All it takes is one person. You can have 5 people on your page, and that's 5 people who you know are going to engage. Get on LinkedIn, start putting your listings up. As if there's any admins on the team or on this call today, use that as a new tool for marketing for your team, a new avenue for social media. Consistency and new live video options, just that's what I meant to say, is on LinkedIn now. Stay consistent, be professional, because I feel like that's what LinkedIn is all about. Google Drive, Google Hangouts, Google Slides, everything. Google has so much to offer in there. They have a whiteboard in there. They have a classroom. I don't know if anyone's actually seen that tool. If you have the actual G Suite and you go into your dots at the top with all your apps, and you go all the way to the very end and it'll say all other apps, check out the Classroom app. Really good for online webinars and training. And the slideshows are pretty incredible that they have in there. Snapseed is an app that I've been using for a really long time. It's like a filter app. You can do texting on it. You can create, it's kind of like Canva, but through Google, and the filters that they have on there for real estate photos are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I love that app. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of options in there, and I think I only use like 3 out of the 100, but definitely worth downloading, and it's free. So budget, we're going to talk on the, did someone have a comment? Oh, okay, so budget. So I'm only going to talk about this briefly because I don't want to bore the pants off anybody. Let's talk about what we were able to live without during this time for the last 11 weeks. We were able to live without a lot, actually. And do we think that it can stay that way? What do we think that we have given up that we can continue to give up after this? I'll tell you what we increased on our team. We increased our virtual stuff. So our Zoom account, our BombBomb, because that's what helped us. It was working for us before. We just need to up our game a little bit. We needed a heavier account to accommodate more agents being comfortable doing videos now. So we upped the cost on Zoom and we upped the cost on BombBomb. It wasn't significant, guys. It was maybe $100 total in both for us for each month for that. What expenses have you cut that you don't need to get back? if there's admins who are in control of the profit and loss, this is the month to really review those finances. Look back at the last 3 months, what you've cut out, and see if they're actually in need when you go back into the office, or if you still continue to work from home. Really take the time to pick through your P&L and all the things that you were able to let go. Really evaluate, sit down with your team leader or an agent. If it's just you doing your profit and loss, sit down with your accountant and see if you really need that stuff. And I'm not talking Starbucks, guys. We're going to go back into that habit. It's a given. I'm talking more so the business expenses. Remember the companies that gave you a break and discounts during this time. This is a big one for us. So we had our credit card compromised 4 times within 2 weeks. And they went on shopping sprees all over the world. Like it was ridiculous. We had really good people at our bank were really thoughtful and great. We had to go to our vendors 4 times, guys. BombBomb, Zoom, Asana. Like we had 4 times. I've spent days on hold with people. Google, and we would say to them, listen, our card was compromised. Maybe just check your back end. But what we need to do is are you cool if once we get our credit card, we add that new number in? We've had, BombBomb was like, you know what, we'll do 3 months free. How's that sound until you get up and running? And it's not like we were in dire straits. We didn't need to wait till the new card came in. And now the bank's looking at us like, this is the 4th card we've sent you. Literally, if it happens again, it'll be the 5th card. It's ridiculous. So remember those companies that helped you out? How many of us had to go to some of our vendors and say, hey, during this time, we're going to cut back, like our stagers, our photographers. We changed photographers in the middle of all of this. It was definitely hit our budget and our quality for sure. Not a lot in the quality part, but thanking those people who stuck with you through it all. Sending them a thank you or maybe a shout out. Don't forget about those people. So I'll think it's such a small thing. We have phones set up in our office, and I went to the guy and I said, look, we haven't been in the office in a month. My fault for not checking on this sooner, but what can we do? Because we're paying for a phone system. It was only $300 a month for the team. But again, we're not using the phone. So he came back, he's like, I can do 50% discount, Val, until all this is said and done. So I definitely want to make sure that I thank him for that. I know that if he took 100% off and didn't charge us anything, that would really hurt his business. It's the least that we could do to come together and help each other out. So I definitely want to make sure I thank him, and he better thank me too, because I could have just cut him right off. So thank those people that have been really helping you guys out while your businesses have been put on hold or you had to invest differently. Office safety, I want to say this to the end because this might be one that we have a few questions about. What will the office look like when we go back? You know, if anyone sits side by side, we have a lot of people who share an office. How is that going to look? Because there's going to be new guidelines and new safety precautions and things like that moving forward. Will we need plexiglass? On our admin team, our listing manager and our transaction coordinator, they sit face to face. The only thing that separates them is a small little gap between their desks. And, you know, will they need a plexiglass in between them? Is your office going to need some renovations done for this? Take that moment to think about that, guys. We're a team of 14 people. What if they say, you know, only so many people in a room at a time? Are we going to have to maybe do staggered work days where 3 people go in one day, 3 people go in the next? Like, what's that going to look like? Because how safe are we going to be if we put 14 to 15 people and we onboard new agents all together in an office space again? And then how many people they come into contact with a day? So really, like, expand your mind when you think about your office safety going back. And I think a lot of us are ignoring this one because it's like, obviously it's the elephant in the room and it's not the lovely topic, but what is that going to look like? And for agents on the call that do have admin, do have large teams, I know because my team leader and I are going through that, it's going to be our responsibility to protect those people. So maybe we need to come up with a safety checklist for the office, something to think about. Staggered office days, I did mention that to you, and continue with virtual team meetings. Maybe when you do your staggered days, we do virtual team meetings. Now we were doing the Monday to Friday, and now we do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Our Monday one's our biggest one, obviously, because we set ourselves up for the week. Maybe we continue those virtually. Eliminates the amount of people in the office at the time. So we definitely have some options moving forward, guys. And that's it for me today, really. I just wanted to reiterate all the things that were successful during COVID for us in a business, and making sure we continue to add them to our checklist moving forward. keep them intact, because as we move into the new world, and I know I keep saying that phrase, I just don't have another word for it. As we move into this new place in time, we're going to have people who still want to be COVID safe. There's still going to be people who don't want to do showings in their home or at a low level. So how do we keep our business going, keep them safe, and just build that relationship? So that was basically what today was about, is I wanted to make sure that we had all the stuff intact, because as restrictions are being lifted, what can we do as business owners, as admins for teams, as agents, just to keep our business going? So that's like life beyond COVID. What is that going to look like for us now? So I'm hoping everyone was able to take something away from today. And again, thank you for joining on another Zoom call. Yeah, and that's it. Does anyone have any questions? We're quiet.
There's a big clump of salt sitting there. I don't know where you put the salt.
Uh-oh, someone's in the salt. All right, guys. Well, then I am going to let you go back to your day. And if anyone ever needs anything or has any questions about anything we talked about today, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right. Have a great week, guys. Thanks, Carrie. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See y'all later.